Hey everyone, it's Everything Cards, and today I'm going to do a different video, not on cards, but on how to solve the elusive Rubik's Cube. Okay? This is the highest selling puzzle ever, actually, and it's kind of tricky, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to do it pretty quickly. I'm going to just cover the most basic and beginner method in this video. Obviously, a lot of you know the Friedrich method. It's a lot more difficult. This is just going to cover the basics and help you understand sort of how the cube works and the easiest way to solve it. Okay, first I'm going to go over sort of the mechanics of a cube. So basically you have obviously 6 faces, and you need to know that white is opposite of yellow, green is opposite of blue, and red is opposite of orange. Okay? Also, it's helpful to note that these are middle pieces. They will always be middle pieces. They are made up of 2 colors, and these are the corner pieces. Okay, these will always be corner pieces, and they're made up of 3 colors. And obviously, these are the center pieces, and they will always be center pieces. They sort of define what faces are across from each other and such. Okay? Let's just go ahead and start learning how to do the cube. So the first step in solving a Rubik's Cube is forming a white cross with the yellow in the middle. Okay? A lot of you more advanced learners know that you would form a white cross with the white first, but when you're learning, it's easier to make that correct if you solve the yellow first. Okay, so basically we want white here, 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 and here. Okay, so you're going to look for a white middle piece. You can see there's one right here, and you don't need to worry about what the color is. And in this case, all you have to do to make it a middle piece here is rotate it 180 degrees. Okay, so now we're basically 1/4 of the way there. We just have to put white here, here, and here. Okay, let's look for another middle piece. You can see there's one. Let's do this one. There's one right here. All we have to do is rotate it up, and we have half of the cross. Okay, now we have one here. All we have to do is rotate this once so that this spot is open, and rotate it once so we have 3/4 of the cross done. Okay? And the last middle white piece is right here. So all we have to do is rotate this over to the free side, rotate it up, and usually, like with the other 3, you would just rotate it up again, but this time the white would be on this side. Okay, so we can't do that, but what we have to do is rotate the top once and rotate it up the other side. Okay? So basically those are the only situations that you're going to encounter with the middle white piece. It's really easy when you don't have to worry about the other color. So yeah, that's the first step. You form a white cross with the yellow in the middle. Next, you're going to move this cross over to the white face with matching middle pieces. Okay? So there's a really easy way to do this. Basically what you're going to do is match up the colors. You can see these 2 are done already. They're matching the middle. But let's do one that's not matching. You can see this blue is not matching with the orange, so we have to find the blue face. It's right here. All we have to do is rotate this so that these are matching, and then rotate this 180 degrees so that we have part of the cross on the white with a matching middle piece. Okay? Now let's do this again. Here's a green-white piece. We rotate that over to the green side, and then we rotate that 180 degrees or twice so that this middle piece is matching. Okay, so now we're halfway there. 2 left. You can see this one's already matched up, red and red. So all we have to do is rotate this 180 degrees. So now we have 3/4 of the cross. The last piece is orange, so we rotate it over to the orange face, and then rotate twice. So now we have a white cross with the exception of matching, well, not with the exception, with matching middle pieces. The next step is going to be finishing the white face with matching corner pieces. You can see that this piece is matched up with the white face, but it's not matching the other faces. Okay, so basically the goal would be to solve this whole layer with matching middles. Okay? Let's look for a piece with white. You can see there's one right here. And this time you do have to worry about the other colors. You can see it's red and green. Okay, so we're going to rotate it in between the red and green face. You can see it's already there because we have red here, green here. Red and green, so you know it matches. This white piece has to go here. All we have to do is rotate it out of the way, rotate up this face so it can be ready to insert this piece here, and then rotate it back. Okay, so now we've inserted this piece here. Let's look for another piece. You can see this one is green and orange. So we rotate it in between the green and the orange face. But you can see this time the white is facing this way. It's not facing us, it's facing this way. This is actually an easier situation. All you have to do is rotate this up. So now the white is here. And then you can see that to match it up, all you have to do is rotate this. And we've made that pair. Then you just replace it, and you've got a matching corner piece. Okay? You can see that this one is blue and red. Rotate it over to the blue and red face in between, and it's the same situation, it's facing away. So we just turn this over and replace it. Okay? And obviously there's one more situation. If the white's here, I'll just create that situation. Okay. Now you can see that the blue and orange piece has the white facing up. Okay? This is probably the most challenging, but it's not that big of a hiccup. All you have to do is rotate this face over, rotate this twice so that it's out of the way, rotate this back so you have the cross, and then rotate this over in between the orange and the blue, and you can see it's in a spot that we've had before, facing away. So all you have to do is rotate the right face, and then the top face, and then the right inverted. Okay? Alright, the next step is going to be solving for these middle pieces. Okay? This would be a good time now for me to teach you sort of the notation of cubing and sort of the orientation. So far, there hasn't really been a way to hold the cube. You just kind of solve as you see, but now you kind of gotta see how to hold the cube and the notation and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's teach the notation. So after I solve for the corners and the middles and the white side, I hold the cube like this with the yellow side up and the white side down. I don't really care what side is facing me, but as long as the white is down, the yellow's up. Alright, next let's go over the faces. When you're holding this, this is going to be the face, you call it the face, and a face turn is this, it's clockwise, so when I say face, it just means this. When I see face inverted, it's this. So face, face inverted. This is obviously the right side, so right turn, right inverted, up, up inverted, back, back inverted, left, left inverted, and you can see that's flipped from the right side, and that's because clockwise would be this way and clockwise, so a right turn, this would be a left turn, this would be left inverted, this would be a right turn, this would be right inverted because it's clockwise, and then the bottom, down, down inverted. Okay, now let's go about solving for these pieces. So what you do when you get to here is look at the yellow side and you look for a piece that does not have any yellow in it. So you can see this has yellow, this one doesn't, so let's just use this one. You can see it's red and blue. And what we're going to do is line up this color, and you can see it's already lined up. And since the other color is blue, and here's the blue side, that means we're going to go this way. You always go away from the color, okay? So what that means is you're going to go up inverted, left inverted, up, left, And then what you've done is created a pair with the white. And now you're going to turn the cube to the blue face and go up, right, up inverted, right inverted. And I mean, you can memorize those patterns, but really you can kind of see when you are holding the cube where it needs to go. Okay, so let's move on to the next piece. This is the piece that does not have yellow. All the rest, actually this one doesn't either. But let's just go ahead and solve for this one. You can see it's green and orange. So we're going to line up the green with the green face right here. You see it's orange, the orange face is here. You're going away, so this time we're going to go the other way. Away, so up, and then right, because this is the orange side, up inverted, right inverted. And you can see now we've created a pair. Now I'm going to turn the orientation of the cube so the orange is facing me, and just do that backwards. Up, left inverted, or sorry, up inverted, left inverted, up, left. Okay, now we've inserted this pair. Let's move on. This is the only piece that doesn't have yellow, so we're going to match it up with the red. So this side's green, this is the green face, so it means we're going to go away. Up, right, up inverted, right inverted. Turn the orientation so the green's facing you. Up inverted, up, left, and we've inserted the pair. Okay, there's only one more to solve for, and here it is. You can see it's already matched up. This is the only one that doesn't have yellow. The other one's orange, which is good because this is the other orange face. So we're going to go away, up inverted, up, left. Turn the orientation of the cube so the other side's facing us. Up, right, up inverted, right inverted. Alright? So that's how you solve for these pieces. Okay, you might encounter a situation like this where you have yellow in every middle piece on the top, which means that one of the pieces, namely this one, is flipped, which means it's in the right spot except red should be here and blue should be here. So in this case, it's kind of similar to the pattern we learned in that you kind of repeat the same steps, except it just has a little twist. So normally you'd line up the middle and go like that to take out the white, and then you'd just have the pair already, and then you would insert it. But since this one is flipped, you then have to insert it a different way. So if I was to just insert it the normal way, I would end up inserting the pair wrong again. So in this case, I have taken it out, and I have to move the cube this way and insert it opposite, like the opposite way. So here, since it's facing this way, I would just go up and like this, but that would just insert the pair wrong again. So I face this way, and since it's facing me, I have to go this way, up, and here. And now I have a different piece, which means that the piece with no yellow is up here. So I bring it over, line it up, and then just repeat the same pattern. Take it out, make the pair, and then insert the pair. Okay? Okay, this is pretty exciting. Let's move on. The next step is going to be solving the entire yellow face, but you're going to first form a cross, and to do so, you're going to get many different combinations of scenarios up here. You can get the bar, which I have here. You can have a cross with other pieces mixed up, or you can have neither of those things. You could have like an L up here, but in this case we have the bar. So basically there are two algorithms if you don't have a cross. If you have a cross, you can just skip this step, but if you don't, if you have a bar or an L like this, like if I had a middle yellow piece here, then you have to do a pattern set before you move on. So if I have the bar, the pattern goes like this: face, right, up, right inverted, face inverted, right inverted, up inverted, face inverted. And that's easy to remember because it just goes face, right, up, and then right, face, up, but you just switch them. Okay, so if I didn't have the bar, if I just had, here I'll just reverse that. So let's say I have this This is perfect. If I have this situation, which is neither a bar or a cross, then I do a similar moveset, but instead of going to the right face after the face, you go up. So it goes face, up, right, up inverted, right inverted, face inverted. Okay? And now you can see I have a cross. It doesn't matter what the corners are. There are different, there's a different pattern once you have a cross. So hopefully now you have the cross, and you can get all sorts of different combinations. Well, basically 4. What you want is a fish sort of pattern. You want this to be not yellow. You want this pattern, which we'll get in a minute. But if you have this, or this whole field and then this one, or if you have just the cross, then you're going to have to do another pattern. And so if you have this pattern, which is sort of like a diagonal, what you're going to do is have it facing this way from the right to the top left, and with a yellow piece facing you. If you have it like this with no yellow piece facing you, the algorithm won't work. So have it like this, bottom left, top right, with the yellow facing you, and do this pattern. Right, up, right inverted, up, right, up twice, right inverted. And you can see now we have the fish pattern, which is exactly what we want. Once we have the fish pattern, we're going to do that pattern again, because as you can see, there's no yellow piece here. We want the fish pattern with a yellow here. And you can see if we do that pattern again, we will get the yellow. So it goes right, up, right inverted, up, right, up twice, right inverted. And you can see we have the fish, we rotate it to the bottom left corner, and we have a yellow piece here. Okay? Forgot to say, if you get the fish, you want it facing the bottom left, otherwise the algorithm won't work. Now, if you get, here, let me see if I can, yeah. So if you have this pattern, this is another situation, you want the lone piece facing you, okay? And then you just repeat the algorithm, up, right inverted, up, right, up twice, right inverted. And now we have the fish. You might also get a situation like this, where you have a lone cross with no corners. With a cross, you're going to get 1 or 2 pairs of headlights, which look like this. Headlights are 2 of the same color on the same face. With the cross, you're either going to get 2 pairs of headlights where they're here and here, or just one like this situation where they're here, and then you have one here, one here. Either way, you're going to orient the cube with the headlights facing to the left. And then you're going to repeat the same pattern. So right, up, right inverted, up, right, up twice, right inverted. And now you can see we have the fish, which is exactly what we want. Again, you're going to turn the fish to the bottom left corner, and you can see we have a yellow piece, which means we're only going to repeat the algorithm once. Right, inverted, up twice, right inverted. And you can see we have solved the yellow face. We are almost there. All we have is the last layer. Okay? So basically, after you solve the yellow face, there are a few situations you can have. You're looking for 2 corners of one color. You can see we have 2 corners of green. There are situations where we'll have no corners, or corners like this, or corners on all of them. So if you have corners like this, you're going to pair it with its correct color, and you can see there are no other faces with 2 corners. This means we're going to have to do another algorithm. This one goes right inverted, face, right inverted, back twice, right, face inverted, right inverted, back, back, face, face, up inverted. And you can see now we still have this blue, but now we've solved the corners of every other color. There's only one more algorithm to solve the cube, and that goes like this. Face, face. Actually, before you do this algorithm, you need to look at this piece and decide whether it needs to go clockwise or counterclockwise. You can see this piece is red, and the red face is to its left, which means it has to go counterclockwise. So this means when you do the pattern, you're going to go face, face, and then counterclockwise. If it was going the other way, you would go clockwise, but since it's red and it needs to go here, you go clockwise. Okay, after this you go right inverted left, face, face, right, left inverted, same direction, and then face twice. And there we are. You have finally solved the Rubik's Cube. You might also get a situation where you have no correct corners. Okay, you can see none of these match each other. So after you solve the first two layers in the yellow, this is the other situation you might get. All you have to do is repeat that same algorithm you had when you did have corners, and it doesn't matter which way you orient the cube. So it goes right, inverted, face, right inverted, back, back, right, face inverted, right inverted, back, back, right, right, up inverted. And now you can see we have two corners. And so all we have to do is match them up with orange. Repeat the algorithm. Right, face, right inverted, face, right inverted, back, back, right, face inverted, back, back, right twice, left. And now you can see all the corners are solved, but we don't have a complete side. This means we're going to do the same algorithm, but it doesn't matter which way you turn or which way the cube's oriented. So in this case, we're just going to do a face, face, and I like to go clockwise, like that. And now we have one solved face. So then we look and see that red's here and the red face here, so we have to go clockwise. So face, face, up, right inverted left, face, face, right, left inverted, up, face, face. Okay? And that's how you solve the Rubik's Cube. If you have issues, please let me know in the comments. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can. This is just kind of covering the basics. You might be stumped on a certain scenario, but just keep watching the video over and over and keep practicing. A lot of cubing is understanding how the cube works and dealing with the situation you're put in at the moment. So try to experiment before you kind of freak out, and never give up. This took me about a day or two to completely get, and another few days to memorize all the algorithms. So again, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you next time. Good luck.